G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son, our playthrough of GMT's MBT, and we're about to go on with turn 4, and hopefully this time we won't have as many stupid brain farts and dadisms and so forth. So as things stand at the moment, we have our little company of Americans up here who are doing hunky-dory. They're having lots of fun, and we're going to start moving them down towards taking on the Ruskies, the Soviets, probably during this turn. Up this end, the Americans, the NATO forces aren't doing so well. They've lost 2 tanks and their command tank, as you can see, and with the amount of brew-ups in here. And we've still got a couple of break off tanks in here, so they're not going to be able to achieve much either. But at least I've got 3 tanks down here again that can hopefully do something. However, the Russians are now all here, and if they maintain position here, they'll pick up this last victory point hex this time, whilst the rest are starting to move over this way. They can get across the stream here at this ford. I don't know what, that's better colour. Sorry about that. It's just, it goes a bit yellow when I come back the other way. I noticed that in the last video, so apologies for that. So yeah, so we've got the ford here. This is where we could run into a bit of trouble because we end up with blah, 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 stupid man. Bog chance here. I think for a ford, if I remember correctly, it was a 1 to 15 ford. Yeah, so it's a 15% chance. So there's where we stand. So let's get into it. So first things first, as usual, spotting. So looking at the other end to start with again is the easiest way. So we know that these units here can spot this guy, and this guy can spot these guys, and that's wonderful. But right over the end there, we still have the medium forest, the medium woods blocking line of sight this way. So these blokes here are not spotted, and we can remove their spotting marker. So we know these are spotted, those are spotted. Over this way, now, right, so this is an interesting one. So in most games, if you run up the hex side like that, then that would be, because there's only blocking terrain on one side, you could actually see these guys. But in this game, under the spotting rules, even just having the one side, and I've lost the page now. Hang on a tick. That's the bloody playbook. Oh, there we go. I'll just pause this and I'll just find the reference. Okay, so this is the reference here where we're talking about obstacle hex sides at 41426. So as you can see here, line of sight is blocked by the intervening woods hex. So a hex containing blocking terrain blocks line of sight even if it passes through only a small fraction of the hex. In all cases, if a hex or hex side can block line of sight and the line of sight runs exactly along one of its hex sides, the line of sight is blocked. So that's an interesting rule, which is slightly different to a lot of other games where they would say, no, you've got to have 2 hexes of blocking terrain to do that. So we're running right along the hex side there. So there's no line of sight there. So there's nothing there. Again, we've got all trees, woods here. So there's no line of sights for any of those. So the only spotted units on the map at the moment are those 3 units. These tanks here, the T-72s, and the T-60s over here. So commands-wise, again, we'll do the Americans first. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because we don't count the units that are broken. So we have 10 American units, which gives us available commands of 6. But again, so we have six commands. But again, because we have these isolated units out of a command radius, we can only give a maximum of half of those commands as move type commands. So we can only give 3 move or small short halt commands. The Ruskies have now lost 2 units, so they're down to 11 units, which gives them 6 plus 0. So again, they have 6 commands as well, but they can give them in any way, shape or form that they like. So that's what we have there. Righto, so this time we'll give the Russian commands first. So I think, let's just put it, I'm trying to get rid of the glare for you. There we go. Okay, so these T-72s here, I think, can start to make their way over to here. We can't give any fire commands for these because they can't see anybody. So there's no fire or short halts or anything like that for these units here. So these ones will get a move order, which I dropped. So these are going to move. Now, we have the 2 tanks here. At least one needs to remain here so that we pick up this victory point at the end of the thing. So I'm going to give one a move order, and he can join up with these guys to form a new platoon. And this guy here is going to get a move order as well, but he's just staying there. So the move is simply if anybody turns. In fact, I'm not going to give him a move. I'm going to give him an overwatch. There we go. He's got an overwatch. Like that. These 4 T-72s here can all have a move order. Again, they can't see anybody. And the same, the command vehicle can have a move order. So what we're going to end up with is we're going to end up with this pile of vehicles that are going to be in this sort of area here. Now, crossing a ford, I just wanted to make sure about that. Cost 2 for tracked vehicles. Yeah, righto. Okay, so these are all done. These guys here can't see anybody other than those. So, and they don't need to remain there anymore. Now, if they diddly bop along this road, they're going to get shot up the bottom. And we don't really want that to happen. So their best bet at the moment is to either stay where they are, that way they have their side armour to both sides, because if they put their front armour to one side, they're going to have their tail to t'other, and we don't want that. So either stay where they are, or what else can they do? They could move by reversing back this way. It'd be 2, 4, 6. That's as far as they could go. But again, they're basically looking at their front armour. They could move straight ahead. But at the moment, I think their best bet is to stay where they are. Again, they're sort of a blocking force in case the Americans come out this way. So I think what we simply do is we could give them a move to give them a little bit of go. But I think what we'll do is we'll give them a fire order, and they may be able to knock these down a little bit. We want a fire, or do we want an overwatch? No, we'll have a fire order. There we go. So they're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 commands for the Soviets. We have 6 commands and a max of 3 moves for the NATO forces. So again, what I think we need to do is we need to fire on these blokes here. I really think we do. So I'm going to put 2 fire orders on. There's 1. There's 2. These blokes aren't being seen or anything else. So I'm actually going to give them a no command down the back there. So that's what we have down there. We have fire orders onto here, which is because that's all they can see, which gives us 4 against 2, which I like. So even if these guys knock 2 of these out, we'll still have 2 against 2. And we have these guys down here with their no command, because I'd like to keep them all together. That's the main thing. Though I could reverse a couple of them out of the forward, just in case some of them get bogged later, which is probably a good idea. But I don't want to. No. So we still have all our move commands that we can utilise up this way. So we've given 3 commands. We have 3 commands left. Right. Now, I've got a choice. I can consolidate all my good tanks and try and push them through to maybe here to block here, which would be good. And I think I've basically got to do that. I really don't see what else I've got. I can't afford to pull back or anything else. So I'm going to give this guy here a no command, because I really want him back next time. These 2 here, I'm going to give a move command to. This guy down here, again, a no command, because I really want to try and get him back. And this guy here, I'm actually thinking of moving him in here, if I can. And that way he can bring these under fire as well. He can also bring anybody under fire that's coming down this sort of way here, and then he can always zap around. So that is that. So we've given 2 commands there. The no commands don't count. 3, 4 commands there. And again, the no commands don't count. So we've got 4 out of our 6, and we've only given 2 moves. So we should be right. Okay. So that's that. So now we are into the initiative step. Dun, dun, dun. So we'll roll for the Soviet forces first, the Ruskies. And 91. Jesus Christ. Okay, 91 for the Russian forces and 50 for the NATO American forces. So the Ruskies decide whether they want to go first or second. So it's either fire first, move second, or fire second, move first. Realistically, I think they're better off firing first. So they're better, wow, yeah, because none of these guys are going to be an Overwatch or anything else. So let's do it that way. So they're going to play first player. So they're going to fire from here. Again, at command tank. Now, I screwed this up last time because I'd split up who was firing, who was moving, who was doing whatever else. So my apologies. So I think it's actually 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the range is 13. It's medium range, which gives me 86 penetration with a sabot round, or it's long range with 110, and I don't need 110 penetration with a heat round. So again, we are going medium range. We'll just grab our little chart, put it here for you. Okay, so it's medium range. So we start with 50% chance. The target size is large, so we're up to 55. Is the target moving? No. Is it in cover? No. There's no short halt? No. They're not suppressed or broken. There is brew up smoke here. So that's -2. So we're down to 45. Smoke open, closed? No. Thermal imager? No. So I haven't been using smoke off anybody at the moment. So it's not Overwatch. There's no ammo limit or heat haze. Defensive fire. Again, I'm just, I can't get my head around that one at the moment. So I'm just going to leave it. Well, if there is defensive fire, they're firing back, aren't they? Let me see if I can get a better idea of that one. Won't be a tick. Okay, so no. Okay, so it's an optional rule, and what it is if you have a tank that's under a no command gets fired at, then it can fire back with a -2. Because it's, oh my God, I've been shot at and I shoot back quickly. So no, there's no defensive fire, so I screwed that last time. So quickly go through it again, so I haven't screwed it up too badly. Is we have medium range, which is a 50, target size of 1, we go to 55. And then we have simply brew up smoke of -2, so we go down to 45, and that is it. So we have a 45% chance of hitting the command tank. First one fires for 63, wonderful year. And second one fires for 67, and they both miss. So they have fired. We can remove their fire marker, and that is that. There is no other fire for the first player, so we go to second player, and we will fire with our command tank back here. So again, it's the same thing. It's medium range at 13 for 86 penetration through the brew up smoke. So it's going to be, again, a 45 for a hit. Command tank fires for an 11 and hits, and the first tank is destroyed. Well done, Mr. Command Tank. And then, oops, we have our other 3 tanks that can fire on this tank. So I think the range is the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So again, 3 tanks now firing. Same thing, looking for a 45 for a hit. And we get a 17 for the first, so all gone. And we just have the brew up on there. So we still have an empty victory hex, which is wonderful. So those have all now fired, and that's the end of fire. And we go on to Overwatch fire, and our Overwatch tank here has nobody to fire on at the moment. So we go into the movement phase, and player 2 moves first. We have no movement down or up to the north, so it's just these units here. So this is the first unit that's going to move. And what I want to do, like I said, is I don't need to worry about here anymore. They're both facing that way. So if I do a turn in woods, though, that costs me their swagger dagger. Woods. Turn is 2, yeah. So effectively, because it's free, I would take that as it would cost me 1 to turn in there because I'm turning in there. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take that as a 1. And then I'm going to attempt to move out to here. Now from woods, I have a 20% chance of bogging. So here we go. And we get 32, so we're fine. So we've gone 1, we go 2 out to here. We turn for free. We turn for 4. And we're going to stop there. I don't want to move to here because that's going to give people shots at me later. So I don't want that. This way, he's covering off this way. And I can put a I've moved on him. So now we have these guys here. They're on the road and they are going to move. The first thing they're going to do is simply rotate or turn, and that's for free. And then they're going to move into the light woods like that. And now the Overwatch here can shoot at them. Right. So Mr. Overwatch is going to be shooting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is, of course, point blank range with his sabot round. So here we go. Point blank range with the sabot round, so we're at 90%. Target is a +1. Target is moving, which is a -2. So we're at -1. Target is in light cover, we're at -2. And we have Overwatch, which is a -1. So we have -3. And we have Brew Up Smoke is -5. Is that right? Target is +1. Light cover brings us back to 0. Brew Up Smoke is -2. Overwatch is -3. Yeah, -3. Right, okay, -3. So we are looking at, well, I put it down, I've got no idea. 63% chance of hit. We have 1 tank firing. At 63%, and he gets a 37 and brews up one of my tanks. And there we go. Okay, so Overwatch is done. And I'm just going to say he fired. Just so I don't move stuff when I shouldn't. Righto, so that is that, and we go into the movement, which we've done for the second player. We now do the first player movement. So we have these 2 little tanks here, and they're going to turn for free. They're going to turn for free, and then they're going to cost 1 to turn there, 2, 3, 4. And then they come out. Now, Ford was a 15% chance of bogging. First tank, 90 is good. Second tank, 79, so they're good. Okay, and they can come out 1 more. And then they can do a turn for free. And there they are. So they're a whole 2 away. Yeah. this is going to get really, really, really nasty. Okay, so they've moved. We now have this one, and he can turn for free, goes 1, turns for free, goes 2, 3. Does not bog, and goes 4, 5. 4, in fact. You can go there, and they're consolidated. He's fired. He's not going anywhere. We have these 4 tanks here now. Turn for nothing. Go 1, 2, turn, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they really can't get. Well, I suppose they could turn. Well, they can't turn out of the Ford, I don't believe. So they're there in the Ford, and they'll be looking at trying to get out of there next time. So they've moved, and then we have our command tank here, who goes 1, turn, 2, 3, 4, turn, 5, in fact, it'll just go like that. Is that what I want to do? No, I want to stay there. That'll do. So he's fired, and he's moved. Like that. Right. Pivot, no. Adjust turrets, no. I got rid of turrets. Adjust full cover, no. Suppressions, right. We have no suppressions. Morale. So we have a break off here with a no command. So again, looking at that. He is in no cover. He has no spotted units. So he's just a 51 to 100. Okay, here we go. 84, and he's back. And then last one. And he is in cover. He's in medium cover, so he gets a +10. Rightio. And he gets a 95, so he's back as well. And we rejoiced. Yay! Adjust counter step, so the Soviets pick up. Oh, they already had that one, dickhead. The Americans pick up that one. Another one for the NATO forces, and there we are. We can remove his no command, and that is the end of turn 4. Righto, so at the end of turn 4, the Americans now have 2 victory point hexes. The Russians have 1 victory point hex, 2 victory point hexes. Yeah, 2 each. So that's pretty good. The Russians have got the south, the Americans have got the north. The Americans have lost 4 tanks in total, including a command tank. The Russians have lost 4 tanks in total. So I think realistically, other than the command tank side of things, the Americans are doing well in that their tanks aren't quite as good. This is going to be really messy now. Now this rough I don't think is going to block anything. They do call that rough, don't they? Oh, let me have a look. Rocky sort of rough stuff, yep. So rough, no, that's height 0. So no, it's not going to cause any problems. So again, initiative is going to be the big thing here. We really need to get these 4 tanks here consolidated for the Americans now. In fact, it'd be a great time to just sort of, if we had enough movement, to just simply pull back and out of the way a little bit, which may work to a degree. Maybe leave 1 or 2 here on overwatch sort of thing. But yeah, and start bringing up those other Americans to the north. So again, I think that worked a little bit better. I don't think I made as many dadisms or brain farts or anything else that time. So again, thanks very much. Take care. And that's the end of turn 4. Bye for now.